Capture a city mission. Looks pretty straightforward. Visibility is decent, but not amazingly good. If there's something odd about this, is that this is a short mission, so we don't have a huge amount of luxury to screw about this time. We cannot start with a good firing position, so the first turn is probably going to be us getting into position here. Right. We fire some smoke there now, but right. We can use this as cover to push the smoke screen further. The thing is, I really need to get up here, and don't think I can do it now without getting screwed over. But I do need to get there now, otherwise I won't be able to fire on the next turn. Might be a little bit risky, but this could start it. What we basically need is just someone to go there and fire smoke in front of it. That's it. This is why we bought the heavy armor. Heavy armor version. Don't really need to do about anything to them at the moment. Just needed to get into position here. Give room for the next unit to come in. Right, they can definitely see us, which means probably some of us can see them too. Some of us who might be able to shoot at them. No? Well, we could do it with a helicopter, I suppose. Now's not the time. Right, they can definitely see us. Barely, but it's there. Fuck you! Okay, who one among you had smoke? You. Two of them. Wait. It probably sees it from a narrow hole there. Right. Right. What other fun things do they have here? We can't take a huge amount of this fire. We basically are protecting against the wrong angle. Also, all of our anti-tank units are positioned perfectly so they can't do anything. While the weak units that are the size of a goddamn mountain, if they move a muscle, they'll be turned to ash. We'll have to form a consistent smoke screen, otherwise it's easy to create some kind of a hole there that sort of breaks it. Right. Okay, they probably can't see us here. Can fire 2 smoke. Not a great place, but it's a start. Might be worthwhile to shoot at that. It's fairly close, but at the same time we can take it out with missile easily on the next turn. The soft targets against aircraft would be much more preferable to me. And the heavy armored tank doesn't last a single shot. Shocking. Well, to be fair, maybe it was a side hit. The armor there is rubbish. It's only from the front that the defenses are good. But this is becoming tiresome. It's always some kind of a opening somewhere that screws over. We're basically already open to the enemy fire. That's the problem. That's the entire point of positioning our units here, is that that wouldn't be the case. That is now the case, so we are in a bad spot. Can't really do what we want to do. And we have no longer shots. But firing here, a smoke here is totally a waste. So it's better to not fire at all. At least that'll protect us from shots from the north. I don't think we want to put units here. We want, otherwise the smoke screen becomes too large. We can't maintain it. We want the top of that hill. How exactly does that help us though? Exactly, it doesn't. Just for the goddamn smoke. At least don't carry smoke. So this is pretty much going to be what we have on this turn, which means we can't really do all that much. There's no point going there with the helicopters just get shot at. And this is okay, we probably just see through the smoke. Right. Don't necessarily want to move anything here. Yeah, I think it makes sense to have a little bit of smoke here, because that means I can leave some units here. Fire upon any enemies we see. I mean a huge amount, but a couple is probably a healthy number. Actually, this is likely to be a better place. Not noticeably, no. Rest of you scum can go up. Can't really see all that much though. Yeah, we're seeing in these weird angles. That's at least better. Still not good though. Really shoot at decent targets from somewhere around here. No? Not at all. Don't really understand why though. Yeah, this is a much better position really to shoot from. Much better. We'll leave that job to the missile launchers. Abrams does have a smoke shot, so we just don't want to go there. But we're in a good spot to shoot at all targets there. And I think you could use some company. Lots of company. What's the range there? It's about 10, 20. It's probably within the Dragon team's range, actually. They're using a missile that can fire up to 30. And we can use the Humvees to distract them a little bit if that becomes a necessary thing. Biggest problem might be that they've seen our location, so if they have any kind of artillery at this point, it's definitely going to be pointed at us. I took a couple of ammo trucks because I don't really have points for anything else. Right, the helicopters will pretty much do nothing for now. Terrible, terrible positioning for us. I was suspecting that they have a force here. Didn't really count on how hard it is to cover it. Or cover our forces from their vision. I think we have to go with the Apache first. Good hit. Didn't do damage. Suppressed us pretty thoroughly. And it's in a location where it can't possibly survive. No targets. Seriously? No one sees it? It's not exactly now that of a hidden location. Actually it is. It's the hill there. Right. Creates a shadow. These guys could probably see through it if we could move forward a little bit. Not quite. Yeah, it's exactly in the one goddamn place where I can't do anything about it. It's a bit risky to go with this, because this is already suppressed a little bit. Okay, that's at least in a location I'm... Well, no, it's sort of protected again. Not well enough. What the fuck? Ah, the ZSUs can see through smoke. I'm pretty sure I've brought that up before. Accuracy dropped immediately. Okay. This is no good. We had suppression previously, now we don't have suppression. That's questionable. We also should have used dragon teams. No targets. Except you clearly have a target. Make the mistake of moving an inch so nothing hits. Still think it's worth firing. Yep. Okay. Slowly but surely they're losing their units. I think this one should go into cover. Better update. Just take it easy for a while. How in the hell can't you see them? You know they're there. Okay. They're probably suppressed enough from this destruction that they didn't fire on the approaching Apache. Please hit. Please destroy a target. Excellent. There's definitely more, right? So we can expect to see a tank from, let's say, 3 hexes away. Infantry from next hex. Not exactly great. All of these guys have suppression. Clickety clickety click. So the gun might be slightly larger caliber. That doesn't really change the fact that it's gonna be a clickety clickety click game every time we face these. Dragon missile. Super Dragon destroyed it. Seems like that's more or less it for this. Right. What exactly do we want to achieve with you? There's likely some kind of enemy grouping somewhere here. Anti-air, if nothing else. I'll have to pull back, so I have to get in cover. But resistance seems weakish. Daka-daka-da, daka-daka-da. Where the hell did it come from? There, right, so we were expecting tanks to be stationed on the ridges. That's nothing unexpected. And they're probably going to be fairly silent now. Right. And can you still escape? Takes about 40 to move back into cover. Okay, let's take this by the numbers. We need to block that. Can't see a goddamn thing. Can see quite a few things. I don't think I want to go on that ridge unless there's an actual smoke screen somewhere in front of us. Bradley isn't exactly heavily armored. I'm not sure we should move anywhere. This isn't an excellent spot for us, but we have units all over the place to cover all the important places. So there's no need to reposition at this moment, and we don't really know where most of the enemies are going to be located. So the current location might be actually fairly good. Also, I think Super Dragon is actually quite nice missile already. It's a fairly modern warhead, but it has exactly the range you need to comfortably use it as an anti-tank infantry weapon. The previous one is a little bit too short. It's like having a heavy machine gun. You have to wait so long to do anything, it's pretty hard to get anything done anymore. Right, I think we're going to have to drive some sacrificial units forward. It's not necessarily right now, but might not be a horrible idea to try one there. I have a feeling they have a hard time just letting it be there if they have capabilities of shooting and destroying it. On the other hand, if they don't, well, then all the better. I can't maintain this huge smoke field everywhere anyway, so I'd like something to happen. There we go. Stagger teams, stagger teams, stagger teams, stagger teams. It was worth a couple of points for us, and it revealed a massive amount of enemy positions. So, there is probably a unit on most of these ridges. Tanks and Sagar teams this time. Sagar teams, so yeah, they have anti-tank capabilities all over the place. Nothing fired from here though. Right, we should be able to take care of the tank. Suppression fire on the Sagars, if nothing else. Also, I think we should do this by the numbers. We can't exactly go forward with these self-propelled artillery guns. We might as well go and take a look, I suppose. We need to take care of these guys anyway. Managed to spot more vehicles, all the better. The mortars are here. I was expecting some vehicles, but apparently not. Right. That should suppress things enough for us to go in there and maybe get rid of a couple of extra Sagar teams. One extra Sagar team. Well, we still have enough mobility that we can take a little bit of a sneak peek here, but not much. I'm sort of okay. We at least know the location of a couple of enemy units. They're very likely at least vehicles. Okay, right in here, there's a lot of major ton of infantry. Right, so what exactly are we gonna do? Looking at the positioning of these, if we basically go anywhere forward from this, they are gonna be able to fire upon us. This, well, they can probably fire somewhere around here, so we could move forward a little bit. But then what? Okay, if we're gonna move forward, it has to be the paladin teams that decide the pace. You do have smoke ammunition, right? Yes, plenty of it. I doubt there are any heavy hitters here that I have to worry about, but they don't need much of an angle to be able to start firing at me. Same thing here, more or less. Hmm. Any chance of doing some good here? What can we see? Can't really see the interesting areas. We could offer some long-range fire support. I would imagine it's largely ineffectual. Can use this as cover, I suppose. It just suppressed the Sagar team. Ooh, we got a kill too. Excellent. We could use the helicopters to take down the few vehicles. Much more worried about the Sagar teams though. I mean, we've seen Sagar teams for a long time period-wise. But that's not a guarantee that they're using the same missile. So they could still be very modern and deadly. I have some doubts about that though. But I can't really say if that's the case. I haven't bothered really looking at them in a long time. We know it's an anti-tank missile team. Our teams are very deadly too. It's probably comparable to a Tau team. AT-3 Sagar. I don't think the missile has changed. Just high explosive anti-tank missile. Hmm. This guy no longer has high explosive ammunition on the main gun. I needed to look at the ammunition selection anyway. 20 hits, probably 27, so 40 shots on the main cannon, then 90 shots on 3 machine guns. The problem being the shots aren't exactly super effective against the armor anyway. We're left with a not good against infantry and questionable usefulness against vehicles. Okay, from this position you can destroy that target. It'll be more useful for a vehicle. Okay, even the crew survived from the Humvee, so we're not even gonna get the minuscule partial, minuscule point loss of the unit, just some fraction of it. Okay, this is not a good place to be. You wouldn't happen to have smoke ammunition. Of course you don't. Can you cancel it? No, it's too late. This is dead. This is so fucking dead. Yeah. Luckily they're not too expensive. Okay. Right. We still have the main Apache unused. I could take down the Sagar team. I think I should take down the Sagar team. There's no guarantee that they don't have others pointing their weapons at me, but that should at least reduce the chance of immediate loss of our units. Okay. So from this general angle, I should be able to fire upon these two locations. We don't need to see them specifically now. What I need to be is at a decent angle to fire missiles at them when someone else spots them. I haven't seen any anti-air action in a while, so I'm assuming it's okay for us to leave the helicopter here. Right. So who wants to do the spotting action? Probably this one. He's so close, so he can go close, fly right over them, spot them. Thank you very much. I did not expect that one. You know, there has to be a vehicle there, or something else besides the machine gun. Otherwise, there wouldn't be this kind of a formation there. Don't be such a pansy. I guess we'll have to give up for now. The men are shooting their AK-47s at us. Need to run. what I'm talking about. And we need to get the hell out. That's valuable information. Right. This is probably protected by some tanks. These, I'm not sure what these are. Still think there has to be something in them. A machine gun dug-in produces that. Something was there at the very least to start. So it's either moved into another location or something has happened to it. Can't account for it at the moment though. Shoot quite a few targets. Let's see what we can shoot naturally. No vehicles. This can see one extra target, probably a vehicle of some sort. Right. Ew. Any targets? I think that was most of the vehicles we spotted. Yeah, there's a T-62M still there. Not sure any one of our units can even see it though. No, these might. You can see something extra. And they're right next to the previous group. Just infantry. Again, something extra for us. Different type of infantry units. What about you? See a tank? Nope. I think we're just gonna push forward fairly aggressively at this point. I'm sure there are things that are gonna end up popping up, but I don't really see a major issue coming up. You have no... Yes, you have one smoke ammunition. Please use it. Thank you. We're gonna get into odd angles soon, so we can't use the smoke to protect us, but that'll be soon, not at the moment. We can't get through here anyway. Hopefully by that time we are in a better position. Right. The Apaches are fairly close, so they can definitely go into the city and destroy something. I'm not sure I want to shoot at the infantry at these distances. Probably wouldn't achieve much. We can't keep relying on this smoke cover to be able to protect us. It's gonna fail probably in the next turn. As in, it simply can't cover every angle the enemy can fire at me. Right, I don't see much of a reason to keep units in the rear providing fire support. I think that time has passed at this stage. There could be a tank or two in there, but there are no major platoons or formations waiting for us. Now it's all about making our way through the infantry. Probably move the helicopters closer. Never know where we want to be. But we have to be fairly close to this hill to have the hill cover our present. This is gonna end up with a lot of helicopters stuck right next to each other. Not sure that's a great idea. At least bring them a little bit closer, if not quite that far. We had ammo trucks, right? They're gonna be super useful here. Ugly turn for our infantry squads, but fairly harmless, low cost. No worries. Right, I see a lot of anti-infantry units, nothing that could threaten us from a distance. Um, a heavy machine gun fired at us. We have no way of really producing smoke there now. I suppose it's okay. That's definitely a Sager team. I think we're gonna just systematically start dismantling their positions here. Try anything too fancy. Right. What they're doing is relatively harmless to the helicopters themselves. Slightly annoying maybe, but not that dangerous. We're still so far away from all useful targets. Guess we're gonna go and attack whatever we can. No real prioritization. More Bradleys. Not sure I want to drive right into the city, but I suppose it is a minefield. And I was sure they're not gonna have minefields. Mobilization isn't that dangerous though. What we do need to care about is that we need to move as a fairly small profile group. So we're gonna stick to the road until we have a reason not to stick to the road. Mines are a pretty big reason, but I don't want to really divert from this path unless we actually know where the mines are located. Try to position the helicopters in a way that they would likely spot the probable mine locations. Try to find an opening there somewhere. Humvee could actually be destroyed here though. Even the infantry fire is enough to take it down. So maybe not shove the Humvees all that close to the enemy infantry front lines. Yui! Don't particularly want to bring these closer. At the same time, now that we know that they have minefields here, we could try sort of go around the problem. Go friends. Let me see who's firing. Him. Likely to hit. Well, he did the suppression job well enough. Right, it's a bit too risky still to go with the UEs. However, probably not a horrible idea to drop an infantry squad somewhere here. Just for the mines. I would also try to go in and suppress some of these squads. A bit risky being there though. I need to make sure that they're not going to shoot at the guys trying to detect mines. I'm not gonna land more troops, but probably moving more helicopters close by so I can act if appropriate. And we are expecting more mines, so there's probably another minefield here. I'm gonna move a helicopter or two in front of the infantry. The vehicles, not the infantry. Not exactly sure I can even find the mines this way, but hopefully we will. Alternatively, we'll just go for the flags with the infantry. If the gunships can clear the flags, victory flags, it doesn't really matter. You... I think we're leaving the ammo truck behind. Do we have any other Apaches capable of doing something? No. So this is the final unit. Fair enough. I'm going to take down anything here. Probably have to take down anything anywhere. The infantry here isn't in any particular danger as far as I can see, so we got target and start killing. Routed and retreating. Since we're going against the weapon squads, they have the potential of causing me the most grief here. Right, I think this is pretty much in the stage where we're just wrapping up the remnants. Okay, did not see that. It's gonna kill both the infantry squads. There's a Sagger in here. Part of the infantry. Right, fairly uneventful turn. A little bit of a grief caused by him, but only little. Clear area of targets. Everyone who's ready needs to be retreating or routed. Good shot. We have very good morale here. We pretty much have to annihilate them totally before they lose their morale. Okay. Don't really see anything here. Why in the hell did you fire smoke there? Now I can't do anything about the plastic. Shit. Looks like we'll just have to go around this. And that'll be it. Knowing centrifuge is part bad. But we hint them, which is fine, I guess. Still nothing to be too proud about. On their HQ. Another minefield. Been lucky in the sense we haven't actually lost any units to them, just minor remobilization. So 1 point of damage. It's an inconvenience, but that's only an inconvenience. I guess we'll have to stay here until we see, get a better idea of what type of minefield we're talking about. On the positive side, this mission, even though it sort of seems like it's like the previous one, where we are, after killing a few vehicles, we're sort of just slaughtering through infantry that can't do anything. But at least in this one, the minefields and the like can actually buy them the time that the 12 turns to capture this whole thing might be an actual achievement for us. Helicopters sort of turn it into a non-issue though. No one saw that? Whatever it is. No one saw it. What was it? C3? And it's fully destroyed. Shit. It's... shit. $36 points. And we have nothing that we can react with. Right. So it's not gonna be just that, it's gonna be something much worse in reality. Right, and it's filled with tanks that suddenly are incredibly obvious. I don't know. We got nothing to throw against them besides the helicopter units. Everything else is gonna take a huge amount of time. This pure suppression fire. no one can do a goddamn thing for some reason. You might be able to do something, but you're in the wrong side of the goddamn map. Not encouraging. Gonna be very risky dumping troops in some of these locations. Iranian headquarters is far ahead. Not bad, not good. Still, we should be able to spot something here. We need to be able to suppress some of these. They're in a fairly good location to fire on the infantry there. So something needs to be done. I'm not sure I can do all that much though. I certainly don't want to drop troops here. This is filled with enemies that are very, very capable of doing things. Survivors disperse. Excellent. Retreating, retreating. And rotate. Well, there are two ready squads still there. Doubt we can do all that much damage to them, but we can probably suppress them to the point where we're not gonna lose all the infantry that went to aid in the destruction of the tank. But everyone's pretty much moved at this point, so fingers crossed that there aren't no surprise tanks left. I don't think they can destroy the other squad. They don't have enough shots. Okay, not a good turn for us, but at the same time, by no means catastrophic. We would have to lose more than a single Bradley to be screwed over. They're doing amazingly well, the enemy soldiers. I just can't get them to rout anyway. That'll change soon though. Or targets to shoot at. Don't really care what you shoot at as long as you get results. So I'd like a better idea of this minefield before I make too many aggressive moves here. I'll fire at the HQ. Yeah, another hit like that and it's gone. There we go. That should be a fairly serious blow to their morale here. I don't care what you target, just try to get a result in something. I'm amazed, truly amazed how well they're putting their shit together. Well, they're starting to feel it a little bit, but still, I don't see any catastrophic failure on any front. You have your typical reaction from getting shot at a little bit. I don't care what you shoot at, just shoot at something. Heavy machine gun shooting at us from 30 hexes away. Seeing any heavy machine guns? The wrong type. It's a ready squad here. A little bit of suppression is probably at least somewhat useful. Okay, Bradley. I still don't want to really go too far in there. Yeah, because they're in a very good position and they're firing immediately when they spot something. Even this guy was just pinned but still firing. I can't do all that much to change that. Survivors disperse. Well, at least we're getting some results. I'm a bit worried where these units are moving. Seem to be taking very casually the minefield road there. We're at least getting to the point where we can fire enough on their positions that they'll be suppressed, even if we don't get any casualties, so there's no way they can recover really from this. Dragon team should not really proceed. They can't contribute anything useful and they will just die in the bombardment. But we're not in exactly in good shape with these rifle squads anymore. Not that it matters too much. I have a strong foothold here. I don't see how they can take that away from me anymore. And we are suppressing their remaining infantry squads fairly effectively. Right, there isn't that much I can do. This is probably the biggest group of enemies still that could be causing me some issues. Right, with this there are no real proper infantry squads left. A couple of measly units that are shot to shit. Right, single squads and left. Survivors disperse. It certainly looks like we are in a position to even end this fairly quickly. I just need to get the gunships to actually go in and do the softening job first. They're supposed to be the ones who take the hits, not the movies. I also lost the HQ unit from here, so yeah, he's easily pinned down. Okay, nothing important happened again. They have their heavy machine guns there that are causing me a little bit of grief. But I think that's pretty much the last unit they have that is causing me grief. But there's a army-wide rout going on here now. I'm trying to attack the heavy machine gun here. These units can't easily cause any damage. They certainly harass me somewhat, but it's mostly harmless. Okay. Still to their credit, they don't give a crap about what we're doing here. Not that many targets to fire at. Okay, the last defenders of the eastern section of Flags there is now gone. I think. There is no unit here that can offer any kind of defense. Right, everyone's retreating. These guys. These guys are the grief causers still. Pin, retreating, pinned ready. Two weak targets to choose from. No good targets. Still offering resistance. But as long as they don't actually get any kills, it doesn't really matter though. A single kill should not be enough. They will probably end up around 100 points. So I don't see how I could possibly end up with less than 800-900. Thinking of moving troops to the eastern edge to score kills. It's sort of a minor thing, but we are sort of desperate to get as many points as possible from these missions. So letting the enemy infantry just escape seems like a counterproductive thing to do. This is a job though that doesn't require all that many units. There isn't really anything interesting going on here. Why the hell can't you shoot at it? So with now these units destroyed, there's only the southern collection of infantry troops that are causing me grief. And even they aren't causing me that much grief. They're suppressing them already. In a turn or two they won't be able to do that goddamn thing. Right, even with the helicopters alone, even dumping up troops on their doorstep now, the fight will be over. Just wondering what should I attack or should I attack anything? I'm thinking of maybe moving into positions now instead of trying to actively kill anything. All the troops besides this group they're pretty much routed, so they're not gonna pose any kind of a problem. Just need to get this group properly suppressed. Shouldn't be too difficult. Most of them are at least somewhat suppressed already. We're routed, retreating, pinned, and retreating. Didn't route it. God damn it. The only unit still capable of doing something. Two retreating units. If we could encourage them to be a little bit more suppressed, that would be great. And that's a wrap on this. So we're just gonna drop troops to the final flags. Is that it? That is it. Right, we can take control of the last flags on the next turn, and I don't think they have anything in store for us anymore. Yep, so next turn is the last turn. These are not core army troops. I'm not too concerned about their loss, not exactly happy about it either. Now they revealed their last remaining locations. One of their sappers that had wiped out two of our squads, basically. At this point we're focusing on kills. Should be at least one squad of sappers who are giving me a lot of grief. Right, with this the flags are secured, so now it's more of a question how many kills can we get before the mission ends. One. What's so magical about this crew member refused to die? So a couple of infantry squads did. That's it. We need to get at least enough points back from the units that they destroyed. Preferably a little bit more than that. That's a couple of extra units destroyed. Add one to the list. Well, it's a decent number of extra kills. Hopefully for units that certainly deserve to get the promotion, or at least would be extremely useful for me if they would. Anyone relying on the missile to kill, anti-tank missiles to kill enemy tanks benefit greatly from a single promotion. They get the second missile. Come on. So we can probably get 2 extra kills if we really work on it. Not that they're worth anything really. Still, it's a free kill. A unit that's not gonna be around here in the next mission. Probably at least. Right, there are 2 squads, they're fully routed and they're in buildings or dug in, so it's hard to get casualties on them. One to go. And that's a wrap. $1,781 versus 95. We lost a Humvee, 74 men, and a Bradley fighting vehicle. Veterans. Bradley, Apache, Bradley, Bradley. I know the anti-tank missile platforms. Some infantry too. Not that matters too much. We're going to have to repair the Bradleys. They cannot be replaced with anything useful. Still, it wasn't exactly all that expensive to do. Question is, do we want to change something? Maybe, yeah, we wanted 2 extra Apaches. We're left with 200 extra points to spend, and I'm not sure I want to particularly spend them anywhere. 5 Apaches is a respectable number, especially in here where the enemy doesn't seem to have a huge amount of tanks. So it's more or less harassment of infantry positions. For that, this is more than enough. Coalition forces are pursuing the fleeing elements of the Iraqi army. However, the Iraqis left several units in blocking position to delay the advance of Kuwait. Intel just received reports that an Iraqi force of unknown strength is in the town of Al-Ahmadi. Secure the town and the surrounding hills. Is it advance? So it looks like we cross a desert road, have to fight a couple of positions. But the enemy has probably holed up pretty thoroughly, maybe there too. And then take over the city from some infantry positions. This could be our first proper anti-tank fight. Because if they have just infantry, there's no way they can really hold us back. Like in every other mission so far. Is it a proper... no, it's a proper advance. Helicopters just make so much sense. I'm inclined to just buy them. I don't know what else I could do. I can't buy gunships. They probably don't have any kind of air force. So either I buy some kind of a vehicle, which I couldn't buy all that many. Maybe self-propelled artillery pieces. Quite a lot of those. About 18. But I'm not sure they would be really all that useful. At the same time, it is a wonderful thing to be able to drop infantry wherever you need it at a moment's notice. $38 points for something extra. I don't know. I guess we could always take the ordnance section. It's a fairly harmless thing to buy, but if you are gonna end up needing it, you really wish you would have bought it. I'm thinking of maybe going for proper APCs. These are cheaper, but these could also move around the larger infantry squads we have, while the Bradleys can. So I could move engineers or other rifle squads with the tanks that move forward. Not sure it's worth it. I suppose we could always take the mortar section approach. A cheap smoke fire. It shouldn't hinder the aircraft either at this point, so it would actually... I don't see why I should not do it. No, that is not true. What it does, the smoke does not prevent us from firing at a target that we have already spotted. That does not mean the smoke doesn't hinder our ability to spot targets we haven't yet spotted. So I think I'll just let it go. Can always buy a scout section of some sort of these. Fairly cheap, fairly useful. We lose it, it's probably like losing an infantry squad. No one gives a crap.